effects. I'm not going to say I'm not going to use them. I'll probably use them.
Cav, keep talking real quick because you sound a little soft in the mic.
Talk how?
Okay.
Oh my!
Oh goodness.
Yeah, I can. do
What device is that you have?
That is a Go XLR.
Go.
It is
XLR.
a mixer board with a bunch of other things I have not yet had time to fix or to mess with. But there's a lot of really fun and amazing voice things, and there's like a sound panel on it. I haven't decided what I'm going to put in there yet, but I still have my button.
Oh, that's important. Good.
There are certain things that are required. Is one of them. So,
Yeah.
yes, indeed. So, yeah.
So
184.
4.
What's up? I'm Cav. That's Nick.
What's up?
And there's Sam down there.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. I didn't wear a hat today. So, yeah.
I got my haircut today, and I have to because the fan in here is on high to dry the clothes that you can't see. That's why the blinds are moving.
Yeah, we assure you his window is not open. It's 187 degrees today.
No.
It's terrible.
It is not open.
Yes. I blame my dog for making me go outside.
Oh,
God, that dog.
outside's the worst.
Yep. It took him all of 120 seconds to rip out the bottom of 3 fence boards.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Was he trying to get to something?
He must have been. He has never gone to that fence before. And like he could get to the bottom of it. And yeah, he got to the bottom of it all right. Like he doesn't dig. He grabs the board and yanks and just destroys them. So I see it. I go out there and I call him and I hear my neighbor say, "Sir?" I'm like, "Oh no." Pop up over the fence. Like, Mojo, you idiot. This is also after, and this is partially our fault. We left cheese sticks out from Papa John's on the stove, like on the top of the stove last night. Yeah, he knocked the box off this morning and got them. Yeah. He's a special dog.
Harper was eating a Happy Meal outside, or chicken nuggets. I don't know, something. Had French fries and chicken nuggets on it, and she brought it in. I thought it was still outside, but she brought it in and sat it down.
Oh no!
And like the dog was just quiet. I couldn't figure out what was going on.
Stealthy.
She ate the remainder of the food, so it looked like Harper ate all the food. And she never eats everything, and so we were like, "What happened?" And Hershey was going bananas. Figured it out real quick.
I got fries. I got human food.
Thanks, dog. So.
Yes, indeed. Sam, you look super clear down there. Like,
oh, do I?
Yeah. Like you look. Yeah, looks good.
All right. Well, thank you.
Lighting. Something.
I mean, yeah.
I'll probably
in this new house, we've got basically these giant windows that cover up half the house, and it's difficult to keep the light out, really. Like, we don't have any lights on in the house.
It's not as cave-like as I like it.
It is not. I'm very disappointed.
All right, so we've got a few things to talk about. They announced the name of the new Destiny season. Sam and I can talk about Free Guy because it may be the greatest video game based sort of movie of all time.
Sort of.
Yeah. There's a few things with I have a couple issues with it, but highly entertaining. Casa Bonita is in the agenda this week. I
miss Casa Bonita.
Those are not everywhere though, so
they are not.
We might have to articulate what that is.
That's true.
Yeah, Steam stuff, game stuff.
I feel like we've casually mentioned Casa Bonita in the past, just because it has come up for various reasons.
Yes, it is. It is very. Yeah, some people are gonna be like, "Casa, what now?" Like, the food's not very good, but it's an experience.
I mean, yeah.
Some other gaming stuff. Some people might be playing the recently announced and released Quake Remaster. That was a surprise.
Yeah.
So the original Quake got a nice remaster. $10 on Steam this week during QuakeCon. Includes the entire original game, plus all the expansions and a brand new expansion. So jump back in your Wayback Machine and let's play some Quake. Also, the open beta of Diablo 2 Resurrected is going on right now.
Yeah.
So that is somewhat exciting. I would like to play that at some point this weekend, but we'll see. Destiny season's coming to an end. I'm 0 for 23 in the raid for Vex Mythoclast, but that's okay.
Oof.
I'm not bitter about that at all. So yeah, where do we want to start? What do we want to talk about first? And also baseball.
Wherever.
And also baseball.
I'm game for whatever because I feel completely left out of the entire agenda.
Oh no.
I've done.
Well, then you want to talk
I've
about
not been
baseball?
playing- No. I've not been playing Destiny. I've not even been watching baseball hardly. So just pick a
this is
spot.
So let's talk about the baseball thing.
Baseball
MLB
adjacent, maybe.
baseball adjacent. MLB and Topps are ending their 70-year partnership.
Yep.
It's a pretty big deal, pretty interesting
man.
thing, considering I think Topps was about to go, or is about to go public or something.
I mean, are they still doing that? I don't know.
I don't know.
Why do
I
you
mean,
think that they're doing that?
I don't know. It doesn't make any sense other than somebody gave MLB way more money.
I think that was what I heard was the deal that they've got with the new company is significantly more than they were getting through Topps.
Well, what's interesting, so Fanatics, which I think the deal is through with Fanatics or Fanatical, right?
Yeah.
The new deal is they do all their apparel and stuff right now, so it makes sense. But let's see if there's the terms of the deal. Let's see here.
I don't know if the terms have been officially announced. I know I've read different figures, different places, anywhere from they're getting 3 times as much from it to 10 times as much.
That's crazy.
A lot of rumor, that's for sure.
Well, I mean, the thing is with the sheer amount of product and stuff like now this deal doesn't start until 2026.
Right.
Is what
So
it
we
says.
have through
70
2025.
Yeah. 70 years with Topps. The MLB and MLPA have awarded the next trading card license deal to Fanatics. MLB and MLPA will have an equity stake in the new company formed solely to produce trading cards. That's all the things you need to know. Basically, they're going to own part of the company that's producing the product. So, like anything, it boils down to money. So, it's going to be interesting. I will, Topps first started doing cards in 1952. So I'll be curious as to what what it looks like for them for like what Topps is going to do over the next 4 years. They're going to do anything cool or anything like that. My favorite set of all time,
like to
Allen
think so.
Gunter, is out right now. I haven't yet to go pick up a box because it's the weirdest set. It's the set where you could get one of the relic cards at one point was like a strand of George Washington's hair. Like it's that weird. It's a great set though. It's a lot of fun. So let's see. Earlier this month, Fanatics obtained an additional $325 million in funding that boosted the company's overall value to $18 billion.
Oh man.
So, and since MLB owns equity in Fanatics, well, that's all you got to know. So
There you go. That
it's
makes
the end
sense.
of an era. It is the
Yeah.
end of an era for sure. So, but that's how it goes sometimes. Whoever's got the money.
For sure.
So,
For sure. Yeah, I mean it's what it all comes down to anyway.
mhm.
Did the players they get a percentage of the sales, right?
The Players Association is part of this, so I assume so. I assume there's going to be some player kickback of some kind. I mean, now like the players get paid to sign cards and part of their contracts are all like likenesses and stuff like that is part of their overall contract. But there are some of the more unique things you can buy occasionally from the Topps archive house is you can buy the contracts signed by the players for basically the use of them in cards. And some of the things are ridiculously like low. It's like, I'm going to pay you $1,000 to use your face. Like, but they do get paid for like doing autographs and all that other stuff. They will get paid for all of that. So
Cool.
but yeah, this might be another thing for them on the backside. So no telling. It's pretty fun though.
Well, and it'd be interesting if like somebody did something crazy, like wrote something on their bat or something.
Oh, I
Yeah.
don't know. Not that that's
I mean,
ever
think
been
about it,
done
like the
before.
last run of tops, and then
That was a
something
Fleer product, but
wild
yes.
happens, and
Hmm.
many years later, we're
Hunting
looking
that
for the
card.
card, and we find the card, and
Yep, there's
there you go.
7 different variations of that card: the white box,
Yeah.
the black box, the scribble, the actual like here it is.
Which you found the here it is, right?
Yeah, I found
Yeah.
the real one. I had
That's what I
ordered
thought.
a. It was a fluke thing because we were opening like 80, 89 tops, something like
Mhm.
that. Supposedly blacklight reactive. So I'd ordered a box of that off eBay, and then I'd ordered something else too to open, and they sent me the wrong thing. They sent me that year of Fleer instead. And so we opened that, and it was like one of the last packs. This is an early episode. This goes way,
Yeah.
way back.
Yeah, it's been a
It
while
was
ago.
one of the last packs, and there was good old Billy Ripken in the F face card. So, but the stickers are still in the packs. Whether they'd stick to anything, I don't know. Maybe that's
That was the package we were pulling the gum out of too, right?
Yep. Yeah, go in those.
Oh.
Maybe that's what I'll put here. Like I'll put some of those old like Fleer stickers and stuff right there.
There you go.
That might be fun.
If they stick.
That's right. That's very right. So it's either that or some sort of like secret encoded message. I don't know.
Those are always fun.
It's true. Very true.
Put it in basic and somebody will find it out in 5 minutes.
That's true. That is. That is actually what's funny is when people like compromise WordPress websites, a lot of it is in base 64 stuff that if you want to figure stuff out, you have to decode it. There's a site for that. But yeah, there's a lot of really random, like, why does it look like random? I was like, it's base 64. Everyone's like, you're a nerd. I'm like, I know. I know.
Proud of it.
Proud of it. Own it.
Hey, that's the whole point of this show, right?
That's
Very
right.
true. It is. In Comic-Con news, New York announced that you must have a vaccine card to attend New York Comic-Con. And if you're under 12, you must have a negative PCR test in the last couple of days, I think, or several days,
that's
a
right.
week, something like that, in order to attend New York Comic-Con. Now, there are several requirements that are very New York based, and this kind of goes in line with that. But for Comic-Con itself to come out and say, "Hey, this is what we require. This is the game, guys." I was following the when they announced it, like the Facebook thread, because you knew that was going to turn into an absolute dumpster fire.
Oh man.
Like,
Anytime you mention any kind of mandate like that, that's what it's like.
yep. And so they ended up, it was honestly, it was probably 70-30 in favor. It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought. But it makes sense. What I'm wondering about now is Dallas, Denver, are they going to follow suit to see how much of that was New York and how much of that was the convention itself? Because Fan Expo recently acquired several of the larger Wizard World shows like Chicago, St. Louis, a few others. So now Fan Expo is the number 2 like con provider in the country right now. So I mean, it's them and the people who put on New York and San Diego. So
and San Diego was at home, so you know,
I'm curious. That's going to be one of those things. I mean, we've got tickets to both, but we're just kind of waiting it out. I know I am personally. I'm really just kind of waiting it out to the last minute to see what's going on because it's the only way to do it safely at this point. So yeah.
Well, we've just kind of gotten back to a place where 3 months ago it would have been much safer.
For sure.
And just now we're not there.
Nope.
So
I'll be curious.
and it's too bad because it's frustrating for the people that have done everything and feel like they've done their part.
Now, Planet's going on this weekend in Kansas City.
Yes.
Right now.
Yes.
So mass
that'll be
required.
interesting how that all goes.
Yeah, mass required, stuff like that. I'm going to see, the plan is for me to see Jeremy next weekend. I'm going to go up to Joplin and break a story for Hauntology.
Hey.
So that's going to be fun. So
Awesome.
I'm definitely going to see how he thought Planet went and all of that. So should be fun.
Yeah.
Should be fun. Okay.
I'm really excited about Hauntology. That looks awesome.
I am
For
too.
sure.
I ordered the coin thing for me was really it. Like,
Oh, so cool.
so yeah, and now that there's 3 different types that you can get, we had talked about this on the show a couple of times. We posted on Facebook quite a bit. Our friend Jeremy did a Kickstarter for Hauntology. I think the initial goal was $24,000 to fund it. Ended up at like 72.
Yeah.
But a bunch of really, really cool stretch goals and incentives, like you know, a leatherette type. I own many leatherette bound books. A leather type version, a distressed version, you know, slipcase covers, stickers and coins, and all this other fun stuff that goes with it. Like, he really digs into some of the fun creative things, and so we're excited about that. So there will be, like, once he has, obviously he's working really hard to get it finalized for print and everything right now. So once that's done, hopefully we'll get him back on here, because I want to talk to him about the whole process, literally from inception to delivery.
That would be fantastic.
Yeah, because Kickstarter is one of those things, man. Like, it's pretty crazy that, I mean, some things just catch on, some things don't, and then, you know, you've got the, you know, people who back out and stuff like that, because Kickstarter gives you that ability until, you know, it funds. So it's pretty fun. I am excited about Hauntology.
It's nice to see a project like that succeed, like with such flying colors. I mean, wasn't that like past every stretch goal he had?
Yeah, pretty much. He kept adding new goals and added some new artwork and stuff like that. There's going to be some artwork available from that still, which is going to be interesting, because he's selling the whole stories at a time, all together, and some are 1 pages, some are 7 pages, you know, stuff like that. So there will be a few stories. So I'll be curious as to when that comes out and when that hits, how fast some of that artwork is going to go, because, like, a lot of this is going to tie into his whole, basically the Hanverse, you know, realm, and all this other stuff that he's working on. You know, he's got stuff. He said he's got projects basically ready to go through 2023.
That's awesome.
So, like, it's a whole big universe, and so I think that's going to be fun. I'm going to see what I can I can get out of him.
With Kickstarter, does the overabundance of support, financial support, does that just kind of go to him, as well as, obviously he's going to do the work, but I mean, like, is that like just an added bonus kind of a thing? Is that how that works?
Well, I think,
like,
well,
if you set a goal to fund it and then it's over that, how does that, I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I mean, it goes, you know, it's he needs X to produce the book, and the more people that request a book, those costs go up. And then when he starts doing the add-on goals, like the pins and the coins and stuff like that, obviously there's production costs there too.
Sure.
So I don't know, like, what the actual margin is on some of that stuff. He's just like, I'm not making a ton of money on this. This is more of a passion project for him.
Sure. I was just curious how it worked in general, because I don't.
That's a lot.
I don't ever intend on doing a Kickstarter myself, so I was just curious how the financial scheme worked of it.
There has to. I mean, obviously, for the amount of work he's put into it, he's got to make money. Like,
I hope he does.
Yeah.
Because
I hope he does. You know, that way he can keep doing all the independent stuff and things like
Absolutely.
that. So.
But I'm interested in hearing, if you do get a chance to sit down with him, you know, his description of, you know, from the inception of the idea to the actual, you know, spending pretty much the pandemic just sitting around drawing, to, you know, what it actually takes to make coins. You know, his perspective on that, I think, would be really interesting.
Yeah, we're gonna get him on here. Again, he did a lot of. I didn't ask him during kind of the main marketing phase of it. He was doing a lot of different shows and stuff like that. I wanted the whole process. I want to understand from beginning to end, and I thought that would be fun. Hey, someone's calling me. It's Southwest City, Missouri. Okay, let's hold on. I'm going to put this on speakerphone, I think. Hang on. I might have to mute you. Hello.
We've been trying to reach you about your car's extended warranty.
Hello? Man, I was hoping it was going to be something fun. nothing.
Donkey
We
Kong.
have issued a warrant for your
Donkey
arrest
Kong.
due to your unpaid parking tickets.
Yes.
Oh man.
Last time I checked, they don't call you to tell you got a,
Yeah.
a, a
We're gonna
warrant.
call my favorite one is one of those is like, we're gonna call the cops on you.
My favorite is when they say they're from the government. You have unpaid parking tickets. Please repay this debt in Google Play gift cards or Amazon gift cards.
As
Yes,
you do.
as you do. Be
They
surprised
all
how
have
many
to
people.
I mean, yeah, they have to have their gift cards.
It's true.
That's how they make their money.
That's right.
They just resell them.
And then hopefully next week, a little preview. One of our fellow Destiny Clan members, Twitch streamer, overall good dude, Indy Bryce is going to join us next week. I'm sure we'll talk about hopefully, talk about games and some other stuff in his Twitch journey. And from literally starting like in the corner of his living room, on like a card table. He's upgraded to a closet now. We'll talk about that. But just one of the streamer who goes out and basically most of his streams are just helping people do things. Like that's what he does most of the time. And so thought that'd be a fun story. So next week, hopefully, schedules depending, that will he will join us then. So let's talk about Suicide Squad.
I assume we've all seen it at this point.
I didn't
Nick,
finish it. And
I was
don't
gonna
care
say
to.
this
I
is
assume
where
we've gotten as far as we're going to go at this point.
Yes, that's true.
that is where the conversation I want the conversation to go, which is Nick did not enjoy it. I'm curious as to why. Like, I mean, obviously, not right or wrong. I'm curious what your issues with the movie were, because I've heard some people have some similar commentary, I guess I should say.
I thought it was just pointless. I didn't see the benefit of it. The original Suicide Squad was focused on the big bad of Enchantress and the assembly of the
Her
team
ever
and that
swaying
kind of
hips.
thing. And it starts out with an assembly of a team, but it doesn't really explain what's going on.
Right.
And for a casual DC person, I have no idea who these people are. So for me, it was just kind of like, I don't really get it. And then, the humor side of it between, is it Idris Elba?
Idris Elba, yeah.
Yeah. And John Cena. It was good, but at some point, the 15th head that explodes for really no purpose is kind of like, I'm kind of over it,
Yeah.
Literally
So-
no purpose.
Yeah, and then they were like, where's the army? Oh, they're taking a nap. That's why they didn't tell you we were here. And it's like, I get
Oh,
that
man.
from a humor side of it, just because we've heard the artists of Suicide Squad. So I kind of get that, but I don't know. It just was not. It was not something that Joni and I really enjoyed, and we were trying to watch it because we liked the first one, and so. I don't know. I don't know if it was just so different from the first one that's maybe my expectations were too high. They may have just been too high to begin with. I don't know.
That's been the
Polka Dot Man was kind of weird too. I didn't really get that either.
Polka Dot Man is he's a unique character.
Yeah, I mean, he throws polka dots and throws them up. I
Yeah.
don't
They
know.
do explain that. They do explain where it comes from.
I just
think
couldn't
it's-
get. I got to the point where he was talking about his mom. Somebody was talking about
Yes.
their mom.
He makes
and I was
several
like-
references to his mother.
I was like,
Yes, he
I'm
does.
just over this. This is dumb, and I turned it off.
The movie had an interesting hurdle, which was it's so different from the first one.
It's very true.
And it also has the purpose of having to separate itself from the first one. So part of the movie is serving that, and the other part of the movie is trying to be a movie. And so it makes things a little different. I mean, you get a very different Rick Flag from the first one.
It's true.
Like the interesting thing is, if the first one had never existed, how would this movie be taken? Because everyone that I've talked to that didn't enjoy it, the first thing out of their mouth has been, it was so different from the first one. And so I think that's kind of working against it. I agree. Lots of heads exploding for no reason. I mean, if you're gonna do that, I mean, at least put Rambo in the movie. I mean, because then there's
He
a
would have
point
fit.
to it. He's Rambo. Like it's gonna happen.
I did
Um,
like how they brought more of the Harley Quinn costumes in, at least from the
Yeah.
at least at the beginning when they're on
true.
the plane. Like that was kind of cool to see because I've only ever seen that character in a drawing, so that was pretty cool. But I don't know, man. I couldn't get into it, and I really wanted to watch it. And I really wanted to have fun with it. I'll be honest, I like Birds of Prey better than this, and Birds of Prey was a
Oh.
stretch for me because it's just so over the top.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. Anybody that likes it, I mean, I'm sure my critique is terrible because I'm not a heavy DC fan, but I don't know, man. The tidy whitey crotch shot kind of killed me too. I just couldn't do it. I was just like, man, what's the benefit in that? Like,
Now, how far did you get into it? At what
I
point
don't
did you
even
just
know.
turn it off? You're just no, I'm done.
Shortly after they killed everybody in the camp, and they were
Okay.
like, why did my troops not alert me or whatever it
Oh,
was?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah,
Oops.
I'm done. This is dumb.
I get that.
So I will say that so there is and it's already shot an 8-episode HBO Max Peacemaker series coming with John Cena. They've already shot it. So
So that's the thing.
so that's gonna be a thing.
His line about why he's called Peacemaker was hilarious. So I will say that.
Yeah.
Like there were the parts that I saw that I thought were worth it were the one-liners or the banter back and forth.
Yeah.
But just the whole movie as a whole just lost me. But yeah, when he's like, I love peace and I'll do anything I can or kill anybody I need to
It's like,
get it or
and I'll
whatever
kill
it was.
any
And I was
man,
like, oh, God.
like man, woman, or child in order to get it.
I was like, that is
Amazing.
That is on point right there, my friend.
It is.
Yeah.
That is hilarious. Yeah.
Yeah, it's it's interesting. It's a weird way to use a lot of kind of random characters, like you said, Polka Dot Man and Weasel. Gotta love
Yeah.
Weasel. A few other things.
Weasel for the
DK.
like 30 seconds he was in the movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And like Savant, does he I mean,
Yeah.
I at least thought they just recasted Will Smith's character. Like that's what I thought at first. It's like
Right.
that
Yeah,
was
no
Deadshot.
Deadshot.
So
What's interesting, like if you think about that, like Will Smith's Deadshot doesn't fit in that movie. Like in terms of like the tone or whatever of that movie, like what's Idris Elba's is it Blood something?
Bloodsport?
Bloodsport.
something like
Um,
that, yeah. And see, then I thought he might be Deathstroke, like
Yeah.
until they said his name, and then I was like, "What? I'm so confused."
Yeah, it's a bunch of random things, and the big bad is a literal big.
Actually, I don't think Nick knows. Nick, do you know what the big bad is?
Just tell me. I don't care. I'm not watching. I'm not going to finish it.
It's a giant starfish. It's Starro.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I knew that. So, yeah, I guess I take that back. I got to the point where Harley Quinn killed somebody after they were talking about the starfish.
Okay.
So, yeah, I got to that point, and that was where I was like, "This is ridiculous." I'm done. Yeah. No, it just, I don't know. The funniest part though was like the face sucker things in the I guess the ISS or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Like that was pretty funny. I was like, really? I mean, come on now. Like that's been done. That's been done to the point that Nerf is making a gun that is the aliens gun.
Oh, are
Yes,
they really?
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's a Nerf gun, so it's gonna shoot Nerf darts or whatever. But
It's going to shoot Nerf.
It's
like,
gonna shoot
face huggers?
Nerf
aliens.
flames. It's gonna Nerf flame you.
See if I can find it. Oh,
Here's the
there it
thing.
is,
I
yeah.
really feel like something like that is totally going to be Elon Musk's fault at some point. If that ever happens, it's going to be he pulled something from space and he's going to bring. Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
There's that.
Yep. So it's like it's not everybody's cup of tea. It was a simultaneous release on HBO Max and in the theater.
So I don't think
Somebody's getting
any of us
screwed.
saw it in the theater.
I did.
Oh, you did good.
I did. I did.
Yeah.
Um,
Now, that's kind of something else along with what we were talking about earlier with the mask mandates. Like, I just don't know that I'm ready to go back.
yeah.
I want to. I miss the theaters. I miss getting together with everybody, but just with the climate of things, I just don't know if I'm ready to go back. So,
Yeah, everybody's been, at least at the theater wise, has been fairly respectful of those things. You can tell that
It's
when
true.
people bought tickets and stuff like that, the groups are set. Like the theater itself is not separating seats, but you can tell that people are kind of. If you look at the pockets of people, like it's obvious that decisions were made
Yeah.
to stay away. Like we went and saw Jungle Cruise and stuff like that.
how
How
was
was
that?
that?
Jungle Cruise
We're very
is
interested.
They only talked about it the entire time we were at Disney. I mean, the entire time. There were posters everywhere.
Jungle Cruise was interesting. It was good. It was long for a Disney movie. Like it broke 2 hours.
Oh wow.
Um Disney Cruise is the Mummy meets Pirates of the Caribbean.
I'm sold.
Like
I feel like okay, speaking of that, I feel like when we were at Magical Kingdom, we ate at a restaurant that was tied to Jungle Cruise
okay.
or Swiss Family Robinson. I'm not really sure because it was right around the same area, but then just a little ways further was Pirates of the Caribbean. So I don't know.
Synergy. It all runs together.
It has to be in the same universe or something. Why else
Well,
would it be
there
close?
could very easily be some of the sets and things like that. You could totally do Swiss Family Robinson in terms of like interiors.
Yeah.
There's some of that because it is in that kind of like 40s 50s like aesthetic style and timeline. Um, but entertaining. It was good. Kids enjoyed it. Some things that are a little I would say I don't want to say dark for kids, but some of the zombie-esque type things, like with snakes and bees and stuff like that. I'm a little surprised they were as graphic as they were. But overall, worth watching. Kids enjoyed it. But I was like,
What's the rating on it?
I don't honestly know.
G.
R.
Yeah, G for
Is it a
great.
Disney movie with an R rating?
Yeah,
R.
R. Yes.
Oh, I got the joke.
It's so yeah, it was worth. I mean, it's worth a watch. I mean, the kids will enjoy it. Like I said, it's long, which surprised me because typically some of those Disney movies, like you get 90 minutes, maybe 100 minutes, because attention spans are rough at that point. Even for me, I'm like, this is how long? And it was good though. I mean, it was worth seeing.
Yeah.
Another movie worth seeing, which Nick has not seen, is Free Guy.
I don't know why he hasn't. Wait a minute.
Well,
Jungle
is it
Cruise
on
is
anything other
2
than in the
hours
movie
and
theaters?
42 minutes long.
That's incorrect.
Where is Free Guy available to be watched besides
At
the
the
movie
theater.
Okay, see. That's,
Yeah, Free Guy was amazing.
Yeah.
I've seen it 3 times. I'm going to be going again on Monday, and I would go 2 more times before then if Han had let me.
Hey, don't forget, I've only been out of isolation for like 10 days. So,
Well, I just want you to know, the last time I went, there were only 7 people in the theater total, so isolation it pretty much was.
yeah.
But
Yeah,
Free Guy is hard to explain. I mean,
It looks fun.
so.
Like,
Sam,
I
let me
totally
ask
want to
this.
see it.
Sam, let me ask this question:
Yes.
if Free Guy came true, in terms
Oh,
of
no.
NPCs becoming self-aware, non-playable
Yes.
characters getting self-aware, how
Right.
guilty do you feel?
I mean, a little bit. I like to think that I'm nice to the NPCs as much as I can, but there's definitely a whole genre of games where you're not intended to be nice, and that's
Yeah.
I get it. I think there's some questions that it raises about different types of games that kind of show they didn't do a lot of thinking about games before they made it. I mean, catchphrase. There are there's a very heavy focus on specifically like the PvP games that are really popular with streamers right now, and I get that, but I mean it's kind of a slanted view of what the world is, and I think it sets up for a really nice message, but I think it's if I had a complaint, besides the obvious technical complaints at the end. But if I had a complaint about the theme of the show, I'd say that would be it.
Yeah, it's very. I mean, it's kind of sort of. I mean, it's very Grand Theft Auto type focused. Like,
Yeah,
always
absolutely.
robbing banks and stealing cars. Channing
Basically-
Tatum may be one of his best performances. It's
He was fantastic.
it was a lot of very fun cameos. Even like a lot of some of the cameos, like you don't see their face, like they're masked. You know, they're in the game, but if you listen, you'll hear Hugh Jackman and you'll hear The Rock.
Tina Fey, I'm pretty sure that's a completely different actress. Just doing whatever she's doing in the background, and then you hear that voice, and you'll go, "Wait a minute, I know who that is."
It's very it's interesting. My biggest issue with it is it might be the best in movie depiction of a teabag of all time. A little slow.
A little bit. I mean, it's the engine. You couldn't really do much with it.
It is. And, you kind of it's an interesting like I said, it's an interesting commentary on that world. And like, and Ryan Reynolds is, I mean, he's just Ryan Reynolds, man. Like, it's just
all
cool.
the time.
All the time.
Yeah, he really is. I mean,
There's one point where he basically turns into Deadpool.
Yes.
I'm pretty sure Deadpool is him. Like,
He's riding a motorcycle through a window. He's breaking the fourth wall. It's
yeah. There's guns being
Funny.
fired. Like,
That's
it's
funny.
taking off the sunglasses in slow motion.
it's very fun. I mean, obviously, what is it? R is it is it PG-13?
I'm pretty sure it's R. There's a couple of.
There was one F-bomb that
Mhm.
Barry and I went because I had to work like an evening earlier this week, so I took off in the middle of the day for a couple hours.
Oh,
I went
okay.
and saw Free Guy.
I mean, it's worth it. That's a
Yeah.
great way to spend your day. Let me see. What is it?
Rated
Oh,
M for
there it
the
is.
sword.
Oh, nope.
Yep.
I have no
So-
idea what it's rated.
So I mean, it's really fun. It's kind of it's a very, I don't want to call it like, it's not Ready Player One. I mean, it's sort of like
It's what Ready Player One should have been.
it's like you put it in that world, like living in that, and just how ridiculous some of those video game worlds are. But I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds at peak Ryan Reynolds. Like, I mean, it's Ryan Reynolds as a video game version of Ryan Reynolds.
PG-13.
PG-13. So there's one F-bomb in there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Which is funny because doesn't he use it on the goldfish?
So go see that. It's fun.
It's again specifically geared towards a certain type of gamer, but it talks about all kinds of, it kind of just slightly grazes past really interesting concepts about important meaning in your life, important finding romance, all these really like big things. It just kind of makes a joke about it, and then there's an explosion and everybody's happy and it's great.
And there's ice cream.
Oh my
bubblegum
goodness.
Ice cream.
So gross.
And it's got Steve Harrington from Stranger Things. Which,
Always
by the way,
important.
like what, 2022 or something for Stranger Things season 4? Is anybody else highly, highly disappointed in that?
I mean, it's coming.
Yeah.
I mean, who cares if they're out of college by the time Stranger Things 4 comes out? It's fine.
They're gonna have
College
trouble.
fine.
Stranger Things, the college years, just
The
like
frat-
Yes,
Saved by the Bell.
That'll be their frat initiation.
Yeah, they're gonna have trouble playing
Like Demogorgon.
kids after that.
Yeah. Something a little more family friendly. Mighty Ducks Game Changers gets renewed for season 2.
I'm so
That
excited
was a
about
good
that. It
little
was
show.
so good.
That was
fun.
a very well received show in this home as well, as you can imagine.
I wasn't sold on it, and then Nick suggested I give it a shot. I did. Don't regret it. It was amazing.
I mean, because it hits all the right things, and even if
does.
you're not a hockey family, it hits all the right
Yeah.
things. Harper loved it after watching the movies. Our neighbor down the street that she plays with, they were watching it too. he immediately has a full-size hockey stick and a ball, like a street hockey ball and rollerblades, and he's out there just ding, 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 So I tease him and I go quack, 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 and then
Ducks fly together.
Yeah.
You
People
can
need
learn to
girls.
play ice hockey. They have a free learn to play, includes
There you
gear.
We know a guy.
If you want something not family friendly at all, like not even remotely close, but you like vampires, Castlevania on Netflix, it's good. It's dark.
Is it animated?
It's animated, but it's dark.
Have you finished He-Man?
Oh
'Cause I have
yes,
not.
yes.
Totally worth it.
Oh, I'm gonna go back through it again
Okay.
for sure.
Because I don't know what happened, but like all of a sudden we just quit watching TV together. So yesterday I was like, forget it, I don't even care. I'm watching Bad Batch. I've got one episode left, I think. And so far I'm digging it.
Yeah, it's great.
I'm digging it. I'm loving all the connections. I'm loving that they connect Rebels. I'm loving that they've connected other things. Mandalorian,
Yeah.
I'm digging it.
It's making the world feel connected and cohesive, and I think that's really what sets it apart.
Yeah. Well, unlike other movie series
I don't know
that
what
are
you're talking
linear or sometimes go back in time through a origin story or something.
about. I don't know what you're
Star
talking
Wars is so not linear, it's up and down and around, it just, it's a mess. Trying to explain it to people who are casual fans is tough because they can't watch one movie, depending on where they start. They can't watch one and then watch the next without being really confused about why this person's still alive if they died in that movie, or whatever it may be.
Space
So.
magic.
Well, I mean, Harper, I was really impressed. She kind of put some things together and asked last night. She said, "Why is Luke Skywalker in Mandalorian if he died in that other movie?" And I was like, "Oh man, I'm impressed." Okay, so I had to explain it to her that it happens before that other movie, and she's
Time
like,
to break out a
"Oh."
chart. Here's
Yeah.
the linear timeline
All I said
of Star
was,
Wars.
All I said was it happens after Return of the Jedi, and she goes, "Oh, okay." Done.
That was either an okay of comprehension or an okay of I don't care, I'm okay.
I'm gonna go with comprehension because the other one hurts my heart. Just saying.
We know you're doing things right.
It's true.
I'm trying.
Has anybody watched the new Transformers on Netflix? The War for Cyber, like some trilogy animated something. Anybody watch that yet?
I have
Yeah.
not.
I need to check that out. Speaking of that, the super awesome ultra auto converting Optimus Prime is back in stock that you can pre-order on Hasbro right now.
$700 and whatever.
$749.
Champagne.
That's so cool.
So in the article from The Verge, there's a breakout picture of all the little pieces. Have you seen that?
I have not. Hang on, let me go back.
And there's also a video of it converting and doing a hero pose.
Oh, I see the breakout. Oh my goodness. You don't have to construct it, do you?
I
So
don't
it
think
automatically does it?
Yeah.
It actually has all the little pieces that it needs to, on its own, make whatever poses you want, and also to convert into the truck like it's supposed to. And there's
So-
even little videos showing it doing it.
You like Cav asked, do you build it? I missed your answer. I
No,
think I
you
talked
don't.
over you.
No.
Okay.
Surely not. You could not.
For that
No.
much, Starscream should drop it off on your front porch.
27 motors are in this thing.
Yep.
It's crazy.
27 motors, and he's 19 inches tall when he's standing. I'd like, not gonna lie, I kind of want one.
I mean, yeah.
It would be cool.
Have you seen the new videos of the Boston Dynamics robots doing parkour and jumping off of ledges and stuff?
I have not. There are how new?
I mean, relatively new. They're
Yeah.
at this point they're not attached to anything, and they're actually able to pretty, I guess, athletically jump onto boxes and off, and it's terrifying. But just saying, the combination of the two really feels like we're getting close to your own actual
Robot
Optimus
butler.
Prime Roomba. Yeah,
Oh, even when it converts the truck, it rolls.
yeah.
Oh my
It-
gosh.
I mean, that is
If I
That's
had just
so-
that money laying around, I'd have one.
amazing. And I think it's got
That's so
a
cool.
voice box, so it speaks.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's rad.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I
Holy
love
cow.
gadgets.
Did I tell you guys I came across an Etsy store that makes the whistling birds for the Mandalorian, but
wow.
they've
wow.
programmed them to where when you do, you do the motions for the hand or whatever, they come out and they go back in.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and
Ah.
like they come out in the same sequence, and then light up, or I guess maybe they light up as they come out, and then as they go back in reverse sequence, it turns off the lights for that. It's really rad.
I wish I had
So,
that level of ingenuity.
right. So some
Yeah.
German Etsy store.
That's cool.
So I came across it on Instagram, and I kept hunting and hunting, and then finally I found it. I don't even, maybe from Reddit or something, but
He's like, I
found
learned
the
German.
store.
I went to I went to Etsy.de.
No, it was on the US Etsy store, so I don't know. But it's like a
It was
3D
banned in
printed
the US
thing,
Etsy stores.
yeah, banned in the USA.
Yep.
That's a Two Life
Cool.
Crew album. So
Yeah.
Hawkeye
Yeah, Hawkeye.
is only
haven't-
coming out in 94 days, 9 hours.
I was going to say
53
there's an
minutes,
actual
and
countdown.
7, 6, 5 seconds.
We're going to consistently stream until it's out for the next 94 days.
We're quitting our jobs and just
Yep,
doing this.
We're just doing this. 8
So
hours at a
feel
time.
free to drop those coins in that tip jar down there, guys.
Yeah.
'cause we're gonna need it.
We will need it.
Yes.
We're very excited. We watched, I don't know if I mentioned this, we watched Bumblebee just to kind of see what, Haley Steinfeld is going to be like in a more action oriented role. And I think she did really good. I think she's a good fit for the role, and we're excited about how it's going to turn out. Not sure how closely it's going to follow like what we've seen in the comics. There's some really interesting things that they've done with Clint, losing his hearing and things like that. And of course, we don't know if they'll include the dog, but we're really excited about the dog.
So is she supposed to be like the main character?
Don't
Like,
know.
is this the taking on of the helm kind of a thing?
Don't know. I don't think they've said.
That they haven't said, but that's kind of my sense is that
There have been a lot of pictures of her.
yeah, that
Right,
she will
Less pictures of him.
that by the end of the whatever she will be that, and then maybe he shows up in subsequent seasons in a more sparingly thing. But
it would be nice to see what everybody has seen as a male dominant role being taken over the way that it does in a comic book. I don't know. It would just be cool.
It would be.
I saw an article yesterday that we're gonna see Ironheart for the first time in Black Panther 2.
I heard that.
Is
Yeah.
it going to be Gwyneth Paltrow?
No, it is.
No.
This is the I forget her character's name.
Oh man.
Harper
Help.
could tell you, I'm sure, because she's watched the
Yeah,
Google.
Marvel Supergirls, maybe.
Riri Williams.
Like that.
Riri Williams. Yeah.
Okay.
So we will see her in Black Panther 2.
So what is the character that Pepper Potts plays?
Rescue.
Oh, okay. That's my fault then.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Harper, she watched some show. I can't tell you what it was, but like Tony Stark was, I guess they were kids, high school age or whatever, but he was already Iron Man. And
Well, of course he was.
right. And I mean, like Shang-Chi's there, and all the other things, but Ironheart's in it
Ding
as
ding
well.
coom.
So,
Nice.
and he's the Mandarin in that show. So,
Yeah. So we're gonna see that one. That's gonna be cool.
Very excited.
yeah.
94 days, 9
What's our-
hours, 50 minutes.
As I say, can we get a current countdown, Nick?
Oh no, because I shut it down. Sorry.
40
94
seconds.
days, and there you go.
Yes, indeed. Trying to think what else we want to talk about here.
Catchphrase.
Catchphrase. That's a free guy thing. Let's
Wade
see.
adds Halo Master Chief's voice to navigation.
Oh, yeah, that's
yeah.
right.
Are you guys running it? Did you guys run it? I don't know if it's still
I don't use Waze.
Sam. Did you
Well,
guys use it?
I used it long enough to verify it was a thing.
So one trip.
To be honest, I don't I go to work, and then like 3 times in the last 2 weeks I've gone to the movie theater, which is 2 miles down the road. So I haven't had an opportunity to use it. I feel like that's something I probably should fix.
Just go drive around. Let us know if there's anything.
Exactly. Yeah.
So yeah. Let's see. Since we talked last,
It got me
there's-
over to Church's house, which was
There you go.
2 turns.
I was gonna say, are you are you fairly close?
Fairly close.
Yep. Let's see. Since we've talked, there's been the Blizzard walkout. We've talked about kind of the whole Blizzard thing or whatever.
Mhm.
The Blizzard lawsuit coming from shareholders. We saw that coming. A lot of that leadership has since resigned. It's been a little quiet recently.
It has.
in the news, and so I'm curious as to what's going to come out of this. But pretty interesting. Something's got to happen, I'm sure.
Right.
And I don't think that just having that, basically the Blizzard Activision has like they call them like co-leaders or co-CEOs now, both a man and a woman, doing that. But Blizzard also brought in that law firm that basically what they do is they break up unions. So
Yeah.
I don't know. One of those
And
things.
One of those. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
This is one of the things that is not going to go away anytime soon.
Right. One of those articles that is in the agenda was actually a follow-up from somebody that, like 6 years ago, said something at a panel that it turns out they were very dismissive and very rude towards a female fan. And so, I mean, it's something's been going on for a long time, and something that they're still, like you said, still having to deal with the fallout and try to make meaningful change moving forward.
What's interesting about that clip is like 6 or 7 years old. That's not an example that nothing ever dies on the internet.
Right.
Like it's always out there. Then this clip surfaced again, and all of a sudden it's making all the news rounds again.
Yeah.
So
Oh no, I'm sorry, 11 years ago. That was
Is it 11?
2010.
oh geez,
2010, a woman made some sort of a comment at
she was
BlizzCon,
talking
and
about
they,
female characters or female armor or something, right?
yeah, exactly. And they wrote her off and said something dismissive about women, and they, never really lived it down.
Yeah. Well, it's one of those like. What's funny is that even in Free Guy, you don't see something that's like dismissive about that. Like it's not that at all. But you do see this like tyrannical leader of a game studio and what he expects people to do and how he treats people, even though it's Taika and he's over the top. Like,
Oh man, he's amazing.
like you have to wonder,
terrible.
like how close is he to some like heads of game studios? Like how close do you think he actually is to some of those people?
So we've been watching a show called Mythic Quest on Apple TV. It's a kind of behind the scenes of a fictional game studio, and it has a tyrannical leader like that, and it is amazing, and it is probably very similar in his approach to life, and I highly recommend it. They have some sort of partnership with Ubisoft, and there's all kinds of clips and assets that they use from Ubisoft games, and just the entire environment is terrifying, and I'm sure very accurate. So, Mythic Quest.
There you go.
Also, on the note of Apple TV, Ted Lasso. It's amazing. Encourage you to watch it.
So we've heard.
We watched yesterday's episode, I think, 4 times. Well, 3.5.
We
were halfway
half hour-
through.
Are they half hours or hours?
Half, I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. I did see a thing that he had talked about who like Ted Lasso is based on. And
yeah?
he was doing a talk show, something like that, and they found the coach. They found the first whatever, and they put it back together. So that was pretty fun.
Oh, that's amazing.
So
It warms my heart to think that there's actually a person out there like that.
Oh, anti-cheating in games. Yes.
Oh, yeah, that article I think was just saying that. I mean, essentially, the big hurdle for the new Steam Deck is
Yep.
that anti-cheat software. I mean, like you can get pretty much anything to run in Linux at this point, but anti-cheat software is always going to get you banned from everything. And they actually have somebody working on it, and it sounds like they might have that ready. That's the
That's yeah.
concern about the Steam Deck.
Yeah, that was everyone's biggest concern because things like Destiny and Apex or whatever, you can't the anti-cheat because of like you can't access the game kernel directly or I can't remember what it was, or you can, or the basically that anti-cheat because it was basically running on top of something. Like Destiny won't actually even let you if you use something like XSplit or something like that. A lot of games will basically you can set the game as a capture source, the game itself. Like I'm playing this game, capture this game when it launches. Destiny won't even let you do that. You have to do a screen capture what's on the screen. And so but interesting news about that, they just announced a couple days ago that I think it's called Battle Eye, the article that had a big eye of Sauron, which is the anti-cheat that's using like Rainbow Six and a couple other things. Battle Eye has been in testing internally at Bungie and is coming to Destiny next season. The next season starts in like 4 days. So now whether we get it immediately, I don't know. Looks like they also accidentally or possibly accidentally enabled crossplay again. Because after the latest update, some people in the group were looking at people they were playing Crucible against, and they saw a whole lot of PlayStation logos. So
it's very nice.
They may have turned that on. But yeah, anti-cheat's a thing. I mean, for people who play PvP and stuff like that, like it ruins the experience for a lot of people. I'm not good enough to worry about getting cheated against. You can beat me without cheating.
Same. That's why whenever I play, I just laugh because it's like, what's the point? I mean, if I and the power is weighted so heavily in Crucible and Destiny that like if you get slightly behind, there's zero benefit to playing.
In Iron Banner, yes. In regular Crucible, no.
I don't know. I played regular Crucible not that long ago, and I just
regular Crucible light level advantages are disabled. Now there are a couple versions of Crucible where they are not. Where yes,
maybe I picked an unlucky version. But holy cow!
Oh, I know how it feels.
I haven't played since the start of the season, and I'm way behind everybody else. And I was just Harper wanted me to play, and I thought, well, okay, whatever. Haven't really had the desire to just keep doing the same thing over and over again. Even though it was a little bit of a different story from last season.
Yeah.
I was just kind of like, I don't really want to do this again. So
the story's really good.
This next season on Monday will help.
This season story was really, really good, and they changed the power scaling, so you're not having to scale like 50 power, you're scaling like 10 or 20 total with Pinnacle, so it's not nearly as bad. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, Season of the Lost on Tuesday.
I was gonna say pretty much it. I heard in the new season the
Infinite
primary ammo.
Yeah. Excited about this.
That's interesting development.
There will be some guns that are going to be ridiculous that you're never like. It's going to be pretty fun for sure. But we'll see. I mean, they're making a lot of really interesting changes to the game. They're nerfing some of my favorites, unfortunately, because that's how it goes. But you know, every season's got a new
favorite. It's like everybody else's favorite.
It is for sure. It's just it like, and it was a pretty fair nerf. This is for the Anarchy grenade launcher. Like that gun is ridiculous, and it needed to be nerfed, and it was a pretty fair nerf. But I had to run that raid like 9 times to get enough materials to buy it, and so yeah. Oh well.
And when you put that much effort into getting it, it had better be a little bit broken.
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Well, it's just like Colony when that thing came out. I mean, that thing was so broken, it was ridiculous. It's like, oh, somebody's shooting. Let me shoot in that direction and find
them.
Yeah.
I will use any gun that doesn't require much aiming.
I'm not even touching the ground yet. Somehow it climbed up and killed me. This is amazing.
Yep. It climbed up a wall and jumped at you like a freaking
Yeah.
face hugger.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
Or starfish.
yeah, or a
Starfish.
starfish. That's right.
Bring it
That
back
is
around.
that is
Full
right.
circle. So I'm a little disappointed that the queen is back. I'm also disappointed that
Ooh.
her brother is
Oh,
a
soft.
guardian now. This makes me mad.
Well, his story is very interesting.
Hmm.
You have to remember he has no memory of it. He doesn't
I'm
know
still
anything.
salty. It doesn't matter.
Oh, here's the thing. Somebody's gonna take his head at some point. Like
yeah,
it's gonna
I'm
happen.
still salty. I ain't gonna
Um,
lie.
what I'm real curious with him, with the queen returning, like if she's gonna basically put back together with him in terms of whatever and that whole connection and what that's gonna do to him at that point. Like, is he gonna be? And here's the thing: we don't know if the queen is friend or foe yet. So, but yeah.
I mean, we make assumptions, but
Here's the thing:
just don't
Probably
know.
Savathun.
gameplay gripes aside, they know how to tell an amazing story.
They do.
Like there is no doubt about that.
And whoever My Name is Bife is,
Bife.
like, he sells it.
Oh man, he doesn't even work
Tells
for Bungie. Like,
Yeah.
yep, he's about to do. I don't know when it's getting released. Today, tomorrow, something like that. Maybe Monday. He's doing basically a whole Witch Queen like primer on like a whole thing, and it's like, I mean, looks like crazy production value and all kinds of stuff. And he's like, it's not affiliated with Bungie. I'm like, then Bungie's dumb.
I mean,
I
he is
mean-
the reason why I went after Thorn and Lumina and all
Yeah.
the Weapons of Sorrow. Like, he is the reason I did that, because the story was so compelling. I wanted to do it.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? And it wasn't even a story that was like part of anything. He pulled it all together through the lore cards and everything. And
Yeah.
yeah. So,
There was one article we didn't talk about. The company behind Warhammer is going after people who are doing their own like fan animation.
Really?
Yeah.
Yep.
What?
zero tolerance.
Zero tolerance policy for their intellectual property. So it's nice to see Bungie, even if they're not, specifically behind somebody like that, at least they're allowing them to, talk about the universe and spread their enthusiasm. I think companies that take the opposite tact, I don't know what benefit they get, because it feels like they're really just alienating their own fan base.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really nice whenever Bungie encourages the community to come up with stuff and
I can
do
kind
things.
of get if they're making a financial gain off of the video.
Yeah.
I
True.
can kind of understand that because someone else put their time into creating it. But if it's just for funsies or whatever, I don't know. Because then I think that does kill the fan base. And I think obviously there's a reason that fans are creating their own stories. It's because they love it so much. So
Yeah.
maybe entertain them. I don't know.
There's a meme out there. It's like it shows like this kid in an underdeveloped country. He's like, his family can't afford a Game Boy, so he made one out of cardboard or whatever. And at the bottom one it says, and when the president and CEO of Nintendo found out, he flew to this country personally to hand him a cease and desist order.
Oh man, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean,
So,
there's that.
I mean, that thing there is the community around. And really, it's like anything. It's either fan fiction, around different, universes, or, communities around Warhammer or Destiny or whatever. There's a bunch of very passionate people, and like you said, you have the ability to alienate some of those people if some of those fans are really big fans of it. And you're like, no, you can't do that anymore. All of a sudden, they took away something from you. And, nobody harbors a grudge like a nerd.
It's true, man.
We don't forget, ever.
I feel bad every time I buy a Nintendo game, but I haven't stopped. And I feel like that is I don't know, some sort of a moral deficiency in myself.
But I feel like you balance that out pretty good with the number of indie games that you buy. I feel
Oh,
like
man,
that's
I try.
probably I feel like the scales are probably weighted pretty heavily the other direction for that.
Um, there was a big thing this week. I don't know if I put it in the agenda. Some indie developer was going around on Twitter, I think it was, talking about how predatory the contracts are from the big publishers.
Mhm.
And yeah, apparently it's really, really bad. I'm sorry, just a second. I'll be right back.
Terrible. Terrible contracts.
Bait and switch.
Yeah. He's like, wait, dramatic pause. We'll be right back after these messages.
What's DMCA'd?
Sorry, I'm there.
Digital Millennium
Copyright Act.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So like basically when
It's the-
people are it's the old like Pirate Bay, BitTorrent, like you get DMCA'd to get stuff taken down or whatever. So the DMCA notices go to the providers.
It's the
Or in
blanket.
this case, like YouTube or something like that, the people who own the property send it to YouTube and YouTube takes you down, you get a DMCA strike and enough of those and you get banned. So yeah.
Are we still talking about Warhammer or are we talking about the Olympics now?
I was reading
Hammer
the article
band?
and you were gone and you hadn't finished your story, so I was just curious.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. I don't remember what the rest of that story was. It was just
Bad contracts.
apparently, yeah. Indie developers typically, like, it's just, even if it's just one or two people signing on to, have some bigger company publish the game, a lot of these contracts they sign basically say that, the company that is putting the game out there, sometimes they actually take over full rights to the IP, full rights to develop and distribute all like sequels, all kinds of really crazy and terrible things.
Well, I saw that the game Outriders came out and had its issues at launch and stuff like that, but that the developers have not seen any royalties from the publishers yet because they say it's not profitable.
Ugh.
Yeah, I don't know about that. It's like we've talked about this before, like in earlier episodes, how the funny accounting that Hollywood does to whether a movie is profitable or not before people get paid. Sounds like a lot of that too. So, what about the Olympics?
Oh, there was a
Oh,
Twitch
there's
streamer that got
yeah.
banned.
Oh yeah, because he was doing live commentary on it.
Must have been.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he was intentionally. Like, I think he was doing something else, and a clip came up from it or something, and they just
Yeah.
it was just enough for him to get taken down.
Well, when DC did their DC fandom thing online, we threw that up here
Oh
or
yeah,
whatever, and we got bopped about 45 minutes in. So, but we didn't get bopped until they started playing the Justice League trailer, which had music in it.
I was gonna say it's
And
always the music.
And at that point, we got popped off of. I think we got knocked off of Facebook, but not Twitch, or maybe the other way around.
That's something
like that.
we need to ask Bryce about next week. Say, hey, do you have any trouble with the music and other potential DMCA risks?
Yeah.
And I've noticed, like, for some of the YouTube videos that I watch that go to like car shows and such, what they do is in the post edit they pitch it out, and then it doesn't get them flagged.
Yeah.
Which
It's a strategy.
for stream obviously isn't ideal, but
Yeah.
pre-recorded stuff.
I think the only problem I think Bryce has in his streams is he created a currency and people like to gamble it a lot.
Oh no.
There's a lot of slot machine playing that goes on in his streams. So it's actually
It's a currency that's unique to his channel.
It is,
and people just gamble it away.
and if you play Destiny enough, there's the currency in there called Bright Dust.
Yeah,
it's called Bryce Dust.
There you go.
And
I've subscribed to his channel and I've watched a little bit,
Yep.
but I haven't gotten that into it.
So you can gamble, and then there's also Bryce coins that you get for watching, and you can do like ban and game actions and stuff like that. So you can say you can't use your super for 5 minutes. Or my personal favorite is activating Bryce karaoke mode. and he has to sing a song. So
Oh man.
it is pretty funny. I'm gonna try
Karaoke.
and grab a few clips, hopefully before next week, so we can throw them up and play as he's here. So
That
I
would be
do
fantastic.
not know if I will have time, but we will attempt to. So yes, indeed. Anything else going on? Anything
I think
worth
so.
mentioning?
Free Guy. Everybody go see Free Guy.
Free Gun?
Oh,
Yes.
and watch Ted Lasso. It's amazing.
Extra Life will be news about Extra Life will be coming pretty quick on stuff. We're a couple months away. I'll be doing some streaming between now and then to build up some follower accounts and stuff ahead of time. Lots
Awesome.
of fun and exciting giveaways to be happening.
Are we going to try to do multiple teams this year or just one? How are we doing that? Do we know?
I think
We haven't really talked about it.
we kind of talked about it. For sure, it worse, it's going to be a collaboration between us and the unicorns.
Oh, that's right. The unicorns.
So yeah, we might have some more people around. I think I'm going to do like I did last year, which was do Friday night, Saturday, all day Saturday into Saturday evening, and then all day Sunday, as opposed to rolling 24 hours. I'm too old for that. I can't do it. I just can't do it. So, but you know, with that group of people, things might get very interesting. Should be some Among Us. Should be some. I would love to get some
Oh,
Quake
that'd be great.
going.
Oh,
Some
yeah.
Quake will be
Some what?
fun. Quake.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, get some Quake going, some of that stuff. The kids here watch a couple of YouTube guys who have like all these mods for Among Us, and some of them are absolutely amazing. And so we might have some altered games.
I love
for
Among
that.
Us. It's fun.
It is.
It's so like the concept is so simple, sort of in its thing, but it is so fun because like it just preys upon the fact that nobody really trusts anybody.
Yeah, right,
Right.
exactly. It just breeds that inherent distrust.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that that's something we're talking about these days. Instilling it in our children.
Yep. You can't trust your friends. They all look very
Yep.
sus.
When Harper plays with her friends down the street when they're playing on their iPads or whatever, I'll just randomly go, "Harper sus!" and just yell out. I don't even know if she's like the person or not. She'll get mad. Oh, she gets so mad.
That's funny.
Just turn around, "Daddy, stop!"
Yeah.
What? You were sus. I don't know what to say.
I went
man.
into the office yesterday because I heard a fan running that's not normally running. It's like a computer fan, it's a laptop fan. I was like, "What's going on?" So I go and I look, and one of the kids was AFK farming in Roblox with an auto clicker. It's like
Oh man.
part of me is really proud, but like in terms of that, and then his machine installed Windows updates and rebooted, so I don't think he's very
Oh.
happy about that. But I'm just like, yeah, he's AFK farming. He's
I mean,
yeah,
any
YOLO.
work that it did for you, it's
Yeah.
work you didn't have to do. So
True.
Exactly.
we did that at when Destiny you could AFK farm the forges. We did that. I had my laptop running for like 3 days on stuff. It was fun. Yeah. Then they fixed it. Terrible.
I mean, fixed is really
Well, yeah, they sent you to orbit every time, so it wouldn't
not
automatically
a-
start a new
yeah.
match.
it's not a
Yeah.
bug, it's a feature. That's all I'm saying.
So yeah, a couple exciting weeks coming up. Should be fun. Yeah, we'll see everybody online. Trying to think what else. Any other movies out coming out? I mean, Shang-Chi, stuff like that. So there's a little.
Mm,
Shang-Chi looks good.
It does. I'm excited.
does.
Should be
It's
fun.
really good.
Okay.
Not going to be simultaneous release, by the way.
Yeah.
Nobody's
then-
salty about that.
Well, what people got salty about was what did the head of whatever call it? An experiment.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
Feige. I don't think it was Feige. It was somebody else called Shang-Chi a bit of an experiment, and the actor who plays Shang-Chi, hey Jason, what's up, man? How are you? The actor who plays Shang-Chi spared no commentary on Twitter about it.
Can you blame him? I
No,
mean,
not at all. I mean, it's
I would be offended if someone said, "Hey, we're giving you this job, but it's an experiment."
yeah,
Mm.
Like I
Would-
personally would, and I'm not an actor, so
yeah. I mean, here's the. I mean, you have the, obviously with everything that's going on, you have the whole um, uh, Asian, issues going on in the world in general. And then the head of a major studio comes out and says, "Oh, this is kind of an experiment." He's like, "This is just more," he's like, "We're used to this, but it's ridiculous." Like, and so, yeah. So I hope it makes $1 bajillion. I hope it makes more money than Titanic.
Me too. I'm so excited about it.
If there's a scene where they're in the ocean, they both better be on that board.
Yep.
That's all I gotta say.
By the way, did you guys notice that Ben Kingsley is reprising his role as Trevor Slattery?
Oh, what? Really?
According to the cast lists that I'm seeing, yeah.
Well, that's very interesting to me. That's fun. I'll take that. I wonder what it's going to be. Like, small cameo or...
Probably. Surely he's not going to be like a central character. That'd be hilarious if he ended up being like, I don't know, wielding the 10 rings and being some all-powerful villain.
that would, I mean, here's the thing. If anyone can pull that off, it's Marvel.
That's true.
I mean, Shang-Chi and Legend of the Ten Rings is, I mean, I don't want to call it low profile because that's not the case. But, I mean, it's not like you haven't seen a trailer every 30 seconds like you did for Avengers or...
It's true.
Any
Is
of
that
stuff?
Is the guy that's reprising his role? Was he the Mandarin?
Yeah, the Mandarin. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We thought he was going to be this big bad, and it turns out he was just,
a drug
A drug addict.
Yeah, exactly. But what if he really ends up being what we thought he was going to be? Right back
They've been planning this the whole time.
The whole time.
They also announced
the kid that was at the funeral that everybody's like, who is that kid?
Yep.
New Iron Man.
Yep.
Right.
And then they've also announced Anthony Mackie will be there filming Captain America 4 with Anthony Mackie. That also got announced as well. So,
thank goodness.
Yep.
Because if they didn't, what was the point of that show?
Right.
Exactly right. Exactly right.
Yeah, that show was great.
That show was amazing.
Absolutely. It was great, but
I didn't need any answers from it.
To something else. You know what I mean? Like, it was a great show in general, but like all the work that they did only means a lot if it leads to what you thought it was going to lead to.
Yeah.
If they're like, sorry, buddy, you're out of luck, then it's just kind of like, so you put me on this pedestal, you gave me this social platform, you hit all the issues that were going on.
You literally
don't want me to carry the mantle. That's just a shame.
It's like, you literally gave me the shield.
Twice.
Twice.
I have asked you.
The second time it may have been stolen first, but it doesn't matter.
Just saying, semantics. It doesn't matter.
Well, it was only stolen because it was wrongfully taken.
True.
Think about it.
So it sounds like, Nick, you haven't watched any of the what ifs yet.
I have not, and the reason I have not is because, like I said, Harper's been doing other things. I like to watch that stuff with her. But
it's not going to push the story forward at all. It's just going to be random offshoots.
Her friend that she plays with was like, "It's my favorite series so far."
What if?
Awesome. Yeah.
Huh.
So are they shorts or?
Yeah, they're just little 30-minute episodes. Just what if something different happened than happened?
Yeah, rather than Iron Man having the rocket explode, Killmonger saves him. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I've just seen the commercial. So.
Yeah. The first one
commercial isn't what it is, but that's what the commercial is.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. First one was Peggy Carter as Captain America, but it's Captain Britain or whatever. Captain Carter is what they call her. Then the second one was Black Panther as Star-Lord. That was amazing, but kind of weird.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll have to check those out.
I recommend it. It's super interesting, although it does raise all kinds of questions. It's sort of like you kind of get a brief little peek into this, multiverse, and you're like, wow, that whole universe would be really interesting because of this one change. But then they don't really explore it at all, and you're just kind of like, oh, well.
Isn't that the point, though? The whole show is a question. What if?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you also have to wonder if there are things like Captain Carter and things like that really catch fire. Like, hey, Here's another way for us to make $7 billion.
Or how does it tie into the multiverse of madness?
And that's going to be the question, yeah.
That's a good point.
You know, because there's a reason. I mean, we know Marvel well enough to know that there is a reason they are releasing every single thing that they are. They've already said you need
In
to
the
watch
order
all
in
of
which they're
that
doing
in order
so.
to understand. So we know that's the case. It's just a matter of what do the shoestrings end up looking like when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm starting to think maybe they're just throwing out there whatever they can because they haven't been able to do anything during the pandemic.
Okay, fair enough.
I had complete confidence until about a year and a half ago, and now I'm just thinking, maybe they just are doing the best they can with what they've got.
Just money grabs.
Yeah.
That's funny.
So,
Free Guy is my movie of the year, regardless of what happens with Shang-Chi or the Black Widow movie or,
Black Widow was really good.
it was really good. I mean, it
Really
was. But I'm just saying,
Poser.
Free Guy, better than any of the Marvel movies. Actually, at all. It's my favorite movie
Of all time.
of all time.
It is really entertaining. It is really okay. So before we wrap up, Sam, quick question: do you feel like there is a director's cut of Free Guy sitting out there right now? I mean, there's another 20 or 30 minutes in that movie.
I mean, well, of course, there's another 20 or 30 minutes.
Yeah.
It's got to be an extra hour or two. The question is whether or not we'll ever see any of it.
I
love all
hope
the
we do.
stories of the cameos,
Yeah.
and specifically Chris Evans. Like, he just happened to be in town, and they were like, "Hey, you want to come by and shoot this scene? It's gonna take like 5 minutes." He's like, "Sure."
Yeah.
And I'm still on my second time going back. I was trying to pick out all the cameos, all the voices that I knew were there, and I mean, I still don't know where one of them is. Like, I'm still not sure. But
Who?
I heard John Krasinski's in it.
Ooh, that'd be a tough one to like some voices like The Rock or Hugh Jackman or whatever. Like they are so specific.
Oh, The Rock, man!
Yeah. But
you hear that, you're like, "Oh yeah."
Krasinski, like, man, I don't know where you'd. A good point. I'm gonna have to go see it again.
I don't see why anyone wouldn't.
There you go. So, one interesting thing, they also they quick released Green Knight and Snake Eyes to theater and home already.
Oh wow!
Those have not been out of the theater very long at all,
What?
like a week or maybe two.
Snake Eyes and what?
Green Knight.
Green Knight.
Yeah,
Green Knight. I guess I don't know what that one is.
it's like a King Arthurian type
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
fantasy tale. It
We
looks
saw a trailer
really,
for
really
it.
good.
Is he like an eco-friendly knight or something?
Yes,
No.
yes, he is.
I mean, he's Captain Planet, but
Captain Planet.
he's green, right?
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so I thought that was interesting that they pushed them that fast. It's like $20 to watch them or whatever. I think so you can't like rent them for $6 or anything yet, but
I
thought
can't
that was-
use a free trial of some streaming service.
So but I was very interested that they flipped those that quick.
Yeah.
On that. So
Is Fast 9 still in the theaters?
I think so. It's still making money.
I mean,
Let's see,
surely,
let's
right?
look. Let's see. They announced a release date for Fast 10, F10,
Gosh.
April 2023.
Are
We've
they
got
going
10
to
and
the
11
movies
coming
time?
out. Suicide Squad, Jungle Cruise. No, Fast 9 is not at the Warren right now. It may be at other theaters.
I'm not seeing it any. Oh, wait a
Hmm.
minute. The Cinemark over at 71st has one showing a day still.
Nice. As
Oh, in the IMAX.
of course.
There you go. Oh man, that'd almost be worth it. Really feels like you're in space in a car.
In a Fiero. All right, gang. Well, I said exciting next couple weeks coming up. We'll let everybody know how things are going, and like I said, we'll hopefully have Bryce next week. I'm sure I'll have some Han stories after that, and then we'll get him on once he gets everything released. That's another probably month away at least. And then yeah, we'll just keep an eye on the news and see what's going on. I'm gonna try and keep my dog from escaping out of the backyard again. Yeah,
Again,
my dog. I swear.
we're gonna need a bigger fence.
Gonna need an electric fence.
Mhm.
I
We
need to
used to
call.
have one.
Yeah, I need to call Engine and see where I can get like one of those raptor fences. And see if I can keep him somehow inside. Because I feel like at some point he's gonna be smart enough to open a gate.
I mean, it's possible. Did we tell you that the cats have started opening up the drawers in our kitchen? Like they figured out how to open the drawers, and now they open different ones every day.
Is it the
Just-
knife drawer?
I mean, they obviously, yes, can get into that one as well. Yeah. Sometimes it's the knives, sometimes it's pot holders, sometimes it's plates. I don't know what's going to be next.
They just randomly open the drawers. Did they do anything with the things in the drawers?
Sometimes they'll kick them out. Yeah. I mean, I'm assuming they're looking for the sharpest knife, and when they find it, then
Yeah.
well, I won't be on here anymore.
The camera will come on. It'll just be like a red streak across that white wall behind you and across
Just-
the mushroom head guy. Like,
Just so you know,
Sam
the
was
cat did it.
not the imposter.
yes.
Oh,
All right. Oh,
the other big thing happening this week.
what's that?
Psychonauts 2 comes out on Wednesday.
Oh,
It's free on
Wednesday
Game
it is?
Pass.
Okay. You can buy
I know.
Psychonauts 1 for 99 cents right now
Yeah,
on Steam.
highly recommend it. Fantastic game. I mean, it's been out. It's kind of an older game at this point, but still, it's amazing.
It's
Give it a
99
shot.
cents. You can't even buy a coffee.
99 cents.
You can't
I've
even
been
buy a
s-
stick of gum for 99 cents.
I've been so disappointed. I've been seeing streamers trying to pick it up because they heard, oh, it was so great and everything, and they'll be trying to interact with the audience and completely skipping parts of the tutorial. Like they'll be just there's one part where it's trying to teach you to climb a wall, and they'll just be completely stuck because they were not paying any attention when it said, hey, climb that wall. Or there's this part where you have to punch these little cardboard cutouts of the enemies. I mean, it's a cardboard cutout of the enemy. Why wouldn't you want to punch it? And they'll just get stuck there, and they'll be talking about something else that's going on, and then they'll say, hey, why have I been standing here and I don't know what to do? Oh, so frustrating. So yes, get it, play it, but pay attention to it. It's awesome.
Nice. You said it's going to be on Game Pass, right?
Yes,
Sweet.
I believe so, because they got bought by Microsoft, and I think that was one of the big. Actually, no, I know it's on Game Pass because I've already pre-downloaded it. It's available now to pre-download, and then you can play it once it becomes available.
Very cool.
I'm going to give one
Yep.
more WTAF note. No campaign co-op for Halo Infinite at launch.
What?
Yeah.
But what?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ugh.
No, I think it's no online campaign co-op. I don't know if split screen's there or not. No online campaign co-op for Halo Infinite at launch. As one of the people in the Destiny clan says, sounds like Halo Finite to me.
Oh man, that is
Yeah.
exceptional.
I am. Here's the thing. At that point, if it wasn't on Game Pass, it was going to be free anyways. Like that's really close to a hard no for me. They said
Right.
they didn't want to put that in there yet, so they could focus on the campaign and multiplayer. I said, what have you been doing
Who
for the last
earns?
9 years? Like that the game was already pushed out a year, and you're telling me you needed a year to finish the campaign and multiplayer? How far behind were you? You knew that wasn't going to launch with the console 2 years before the console launched.
Right?
Like, come on, Microsoft.
Come on,
Hashtag
Tell
at
him,
Phil
Steve
Spencer.
Dave.
come on,
Yeah.
343.
Yeah, come on, guys. All right, that's my gripe. All right.
Okay, so
I'm so mad. I'm still
I'm
gonna
not
buy
going to
it.
share it on here, but I will share the finalized merit badge in the chat.
Oh,
So
so I've been playing around with making these in a vector format so they're easier to change and blow up and all that jazz. So, yeah, if you need to adjust anything, let me know.
That Nerf gun's $100, by the way.
Oh my goodness.
Has a
Okay.
digital readout for how many rounds you have, I think.
So for the low price of $850, not only can you have Optimus Prime, you can also shoot him with an alien gun.
That digital readout is awesome.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, but I don't know what the digital readout is because it's only a 10-dart magazine.
Well, I mean, on the side you can see the little in the
yeah, it
pictures
says
you can
10.
see a little
Yeah.
little 10.
Yeah, that's rad.
That's so
Man,
cool.
that's so cool. It even says aliens on it. Like, I wasn't for sure when I saw the article if that was the case. That's awesome. It's an adjustable sock
Yeah.
in the back. Does the stock slide out?
That's what it looks like. One of the interesting thing that
Measures
Hasbro's
over
been doing.
2 feet long. Holy cow.
Wow. With
10 elite darts, it will shoot 3 of the mega darts, which if you haven't shot those mega darts, those things sail because they have the mass of a rock. They whistle when they shoot and they sail.
Oh man.
I do think it's interesting that Hasbro's been doing this Hasbro Pulse thing where it's basically like Hasbro Kickstarter. Like they just did a I think it's Hasbro that did this new Galactus figure.
Mm-hmm.
It's been all over my Facebook feed. And basically you have to back it.
Huh.
Yeah, it's called HasLab.
Yeah, it's the
HasLab.
HasLab.
The
Yeah,
HasLab, yeah. So
yeah, because they did
yeah,
a lot of
there's
Star Wars stuff for like Mandalorian, for the Razor Quest, and then I think even Slave One maybe.
yeah, Marvel Legends Galactus looking for 14,000 backers. They've got 12,856 already. It's $400. It's 32 inches tall, over 300 pieces and 70 points of articulation. 20 points of articulation in each hand.
So what happens if
Each
the
hand.
project is not backed? Do you get your money back?
I assume so.
Typically.
Yeah.
That I guess that was maybe my other question with the other situation with Jeremy Hahn's.
Yeah.
Project.
If you don't fund, so Kickstarters, you don't get charged for the Kickstarter until the end of the campaign, and if it doesn't fund, you don't get charged.
Gotcha.
So,
Oh
which is kind of
man.
interesting because that way, if you did want to grab like an upper tier type thing, you've got a little
Sure.
time to put some money together if you need to and stuff like that. So,
Sure. No, that's awesome.
That Galactus.
the Galactus is pretty
Cool,
dope.
right?
It's cool. Since it took a month to go through and get my office redone, I'm at a point now like I literally have no room for things, none. Like I have no room for Optimus Prime, although he could just roll around on the floor, I guess.
I mean,
I have
yeah.
no room for Galactus. I've got nothing, no room for these things.
We need to
fighting
have-
the same battle
need a bigger
here, and I
house.
didn't redo my office, so
We need
slowly
to
getting
have
there.
Optimus just driving around in little circles behind you on the floor, and then every now and then he shouts out, "Roll out," or something like that.
The whole time. Yeah. Which is, I mean, the funny thing is, so like the office behind me looks very much like it looked beforehand. It's what's in front that is wholly different now. And when the game streams and stuff like that come up to do stuff, I have cameras behind me also. So it'll be fun and excitement. So
Awesome.
gang, it's good to see everybody.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure.
And everybody's doing well. I'm gonna, play some video games, perhaps.
Yeah, that's what you got to do.
It's true. It's true. Okay, gang. This has been episode 184? Question mark?
That's
Yeah,
correct.
184. Hang on. 184. What else can I do?
There we go. There's radio.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That one's pretty fun. Yeah, I like that one.
What else? There's this one.
Yeah, I've got to work on some things.
Yeah. There you go. There's also an auto-tune sound, so I sound like T-Pain.
We got to hear it.
That one I have not yet. There's a lot of knobs
Oh.
and buttons that I have not yet like sorted out how to work everything just yet. But it's pretty fun. So I like gadgets. Gizmos and gadgets. All right, guys. Episode 184 of Gather the Nerds. You know where to find us: Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, all of those things. I'm Cav. That's Nick.
See you guys.
Sam.
Don't have a good day. Have a
Have a
great
day. I love it. That is your new sign off. I love
Either
it.
that or catchphrase.
Catchphrase. that was the notification today. Was catchphrase. Gather the Nerds live.
Nice.
Funny.
All right, okay. Good to see everybody. Have a great week.
You too.
Weekend. Bye.
See ya.